Okay, you're gonna need page 227 in your squirrel book. You're gonna tear that page out. So we're gonna tear out our easy reader. Tear that page out and fold it on the black line. So we're gonna make our booklet, our reader. And we're gonna have our book titled A Bunny Wish. A Bunny Wish. So, even though this isn't our reading rule for this week, I want you to notice that we have the E sound, because when the Y is at the end of a word, it makes the E sound, like bunny. And then we have wish. So we have the S and the H, and when they're together, they make the what sound? Sh, sh, sh. So E, sh, a bunny wish. So today we're gonna use our red. We're gonna look for red rule, and we're only gonna highlight or underline the rule for this week, which is we're looking for the R controlled vowels, remember? So we're looking for words that have the sound with ER, IR, OR, and UR, and that they make the sound. So first we're gonna read the story without marking anything, okay? You can get your pencil so that it could be your pointer or follow with your finger. It says, a bunny wish. There's a wishing star. We have two things here. We have our quotation marks. What does that mean? Our quotation marks means that somebody's speaking. Who's speaking in this part? Bethy. And then we have an exclamation mark. So we need to say this with a little bit more excitement, right? There's a wishing star, Bethy Bunny said to Freddie Frog. I wish for a sun hat. They were going to the beach the next day. I think you will get your wish, said Freddie Frog. I think I will too, said Bethy. The next day, Freddie brought Bethy a sun hat. This word says brought. Say it with me, brought. The next day, Freddie brought Bethy a sun hat. Oh, my wish came true, exclaimed Bethy. Exclaimed Bethy. That means like she said it, but she was really excited about it. That wishing star worked, said Bethy. She put on her hat. It's my turn next, said Freddie. Good, said Bethy. Okay, now because we're good readers and good readers always reread the story, we're gonna now reread the story, but we're gonna underline with red for red rule any words that we find that have the sound. Okay, so there's a wishing star. Now this one's from last week, but we're gonna mark it anyway. R, the AR. Let's go ahead and mark it anyway. There's a wishing star. It doesn't make the sound, but it does make the R sound like we learned last week. There's a wishing star, Bethy Bunny said to Freddie Frog. I wish for a sun hat. They were going to the beach the next day. Do you see any words? I don't think so. OR here, it has an OR, but it doesn't make the sound. It says for. It doesn't say fur. It says for, so we can't mark that one. I think you will get your wish, said Freddie Frog. I think I will too, said Bethy. Do we see any words here? No. The next day, Freddie brought Bethy a sun hat. Oh, my wish came true, exclaimed Bethy. Do we see any words here? No. I think Miss Cortez is missing some. That wishing star worked, said Bethy. She put on her hat. It's my turn next, said Freddie. Good, said Bethy. Ooh, I see some here. So we had the R sound. And then we have worked, has the O-R. Worked. Her. Turn, has the So this page has many. It has worked, her, turn. I'm gonna look again and see if I missed any on the other pages. So we had star, let's see. Were, and I think that's it. Brought Bethy a sun hat. Yep. Okay, so you are going to reread this, but now we're going to reread it to see if we could understand what the story's about. So you're going to turn to page 229, 229 in your book. Now, I'm going to go through these with you, but I'm not going to help you with the answer today. I'm going to go over answers tomorrow. I want to see if you can do these on your own, okay? So we're going to need our paper, but we also need our book. We have to use our book to find our answers because sometimes even though we think we know the answer, we need to check in our book to make sure that we actually do. So number 1 says, reread, look at that, just like we always do. Reread means read again, right? Reread A Bunny Wish, follow the directions. What causes Bethy to make a wish? So what causes, remember we talked about cause and effect? So what made her want to make a wish? What causes Bethy to make a wish? What made her want to make a wish? So it says, there's a wishing star, Bethy Bunny said to Freddie Frog. I wish for a sun hat. They were going to the beach the next day. So what makes Bethy want to make a wish? What causes her to want to make a wish? Think about it, and I want you to put your answer right here. Number 2 says, write the word that tells you what Bethy wishes for. So only one word. It says the word. Write the word that tells you what Bethy wishes for. So what does she wish for? So we need to go back to our text again and see. It says, there's a wishing star, Bethy Bunny said to Freddie Frog. I wish for a sun hat. They were going to the beach the next day. So what word tells us what Bethy wishes for? Number 3 says, what effect? Look at that word. We talked about it earlier this week too. Cause and effect. Effect is what happens. So what effect does Bethy's wish have? So what happens because of Bethy's wish? Effect is what happened. So what effect does Bethy's wish have? Bethy makes a wish. What happens because of her wish? She makes a wish, and then what happens? She makes a wish, and then what happens? So you need to go back to your story. There's a wishing star, Bethy Bunny said to Freddie Frog. I wish for a sun hat. They were going to the beach the next day. I think you will get your wish, said Freddie Frog. I think I will too, said Bethy. The next day, Freddie brought Bethy a sun hat. Oh, my wish came true, exclaimed Bethy. So what happened? Bethy made a wish for a sun hat, and then what happened? What was the effect? And then number 4 says, what causes Bethy to want a sun hat? So why does Bethy want a sun hat? What causes her to want a sun hat? Go back to your text and see. Why does she want a sun hat? There was a wishing star. Bethy Bunny said to Freddie Frog, I wish for a sun hat. They were going to the beach the next day. So why did Bethy Bunny wish for a sun hat? And then the last part, remember, this is the one where you're going to time yourselves. Ignore this part because I know it could get confusing. All you want to do is focus on this part right here. Okay, so it says first read, second read. So you're gonna put a timer. You're gonna ask somebody to time you, and you're gonna read the story to them, and you're gonna see how long it takes you to read the whole story, and you're gonna write your time here. Then you're gonna practice reading the story, and you're gonna ask that whoever timed you to time you again, and you're gonna write your second time right here, and hopefully your time got faster. Hopefully you got faster at reading the story. And then the last thing you're gonna do is on page 231, 231 in your book. This is practice for the sound. So it says circle the word that completes the sentence, then write the word. So you have the blank is in the nest. Circle which word fits better in the sentence. So I want you to read the whole sentence. I'm gonna do this one with you. The bag is in the nest, or the bird is in the nest. Which one makes more sense? Bird. So I'm gonna write it, but boys and girls, it's not enough to just write it. If I wanna be a good reader, I need to practice reading anything that I can read, I need to read out loud. So I wrote the word, now I'm gonna read the whole sentence out loud. The bird is in the nest. Perfect, it makes sense. I can move on to the second one, okay? And again, we'll go over the answers for these tomorrow. Alrighty, thank you.